Take a chance.
So what does this mean for you? What role will you play in meeting these challenges? I do not pretend to have all the answers. Each of you are going to have to discover those on your own. But perhaps I can offer a few suggestions that may be useful along the way. First, take risks. When I was on the brink of graduating from college, I had this crazy idea that I wanted to be a community organizer and work in low-income neighborhoods. My mother and grandparents thought that I should go to law school. My friends, they were all busy applying for jobs on Wall Street. But I went ahead and I wrote, must have been 200 letters to every organization in the country that I thought was trying to do something good in their neighborhoods. And finally, there was this small group of churches on the south side of Chicago who wrote back and offered me a job helping them deal with the consequences of steel plants that had closed and put thousands out of work. And the churches didn't have a lot of money, so they offered me the grand sum of $12,000 a year plus a $1,000 car expense. And so I bought an old beat-up car for $800, and I packed up my belongings, and I got out a map, and I started driving west to Chicago, a place where I'd never been and where I didn't know a single living soul. And about halfway between New York City and Chicago, I stopped for the night at a small town in Pennsylvania whose name I can't remember anymore. And I found a motel that looked cheap and clean, and I pulled into the driveway, and I went to the counter where there was this old guy doing crossword puzzles. And I asked him for a room. And as he was filling out the information, he looked up and he asked me where I was headed. And I explained to him I was going to Chicago because I was going to be a community organizer. And he said to me, you know, you look like a nice, clean-cut young man. You've got a nice voice, he said. So let me give you a piece of advice. Forget about this community organizing business. You cannot change the world, and people will not appreciate you trying. What you should do is go into television broadcasting. I am telling you, you can make a name for yourself there. Now, I could have taken my mother's advice. I could have taken my grandparents' advice. I could have followed the same path that my friends were traveling. I could have taken the words of wisdom from that old man in Pennsylvania. Objectively speaking, he made some sense. But I knew that there was something in me that wanted to try for something bigger. So don't let people talk you out of doing what you think is that bigger thing. Listen to what's in you. Listen to what's in you. Decide what you care so much about that you are willing to risk everything for it.